Hello everyone, greetings and welcome back. This morning I was thinking about survival skills, cooking as a survival skill, and the art of collecting food or gathering food as a survival skill. Most of us learn how to cook early on in life. And if you don't learn how to cook, you depend on others to feed you, to cook for you. And if you don't learn how to gather food for yourself, you depend on others to help you gather and feed you. But as it is, cooking and gathering food are very basic human survival skills. Before learning any other skills in life, mankind learned how to gather food and prepare those food to their likings. It was that important for survival. Until today, if we look at our homes, the kitchen is the busiest place in the house. Not the living room, the kitchen is almost always busy. Why? To make food for us and to feed ourselves. And as I was thinking about all this, I thought to myself, this could serve as a good metaphor for life. Let's think about this. How long can a person live without food? Not for so long. At one point, he has to find ways to feed himself or to depend on others for food. One cannot go on and on without eating food. So you have to either choose to feed yourself or to depend on others to feed you. So when others feed you, you don't get to say much. You eat what they give you. But when you're able to feed yourself, you have options to satisfy your cravings. You can make this or that. You have a lot of options. But when you are fed by others, you have no option. You have to be satisfied with what they give you. Much like this, when it comes to spiritual matters, we read devotionals written by others. We listen to sermons written by others or shared by others. And many times, we forget to find our own spiritual food. There's nothing wrong in reading devotionals. It helps us. Sometimes it strengthens us. And there's nothing wrong in listening to sermons. It helps us. It makes us grow. But what about gathering our own spiritual food and preparing our own spiritual food? How about that? When we are able to pick up the Bible, open it, and find spiritual food for ourselves, it helps us even more. I think that kind of growth is lasting and it is more impactful than reading a devotional written by others or sermon shared by others. You see, people's conviction can help us. People's inspiration can push us, but our own inspiration and conviction will help us change our lives. It will change us for sure because the Word of God is living and it will help us grow. But we need to get disciplined in reading the Bible and also be intentional in finding spiritual food for ourselves. Let us learn to gather spiritual food for ourselves and not depend on others to feed us. May we find interest in picking up the Bible and finding our own spiritual food. You may find it difficult to pick up the Bible and discipline yourself to read the Bible each day for yourself and gather your own food. But just because it is difficult, it does not mean that you have excuses not to do it. And remember, if we are not able to gather spiritual food for ourselves, we will only depend on others to feed us. And sometimes we might be consuming food, spiritual food that we are actually not in desperate need. But we consume it anyways because it is being fed to us. The Bible is just sitting there waiting for us to pick up and read and get inspired and get convicted from it. So I invite you on this spiritual journey of finding your own spiritual food so that our growth will be deep and impactful. May God bless you.